Hi, my name is Jake Baker, and this is my Week 4 blog posting. This week we were asked to talk about media communications and specifically publicity. To start, to talk about kind of the different forms of media communications. It comes down to print, which is newspapers and magazines, and then electronic, which can be electronic articles, electronic magazines. Also email. Email can be a form of electronic communication. The third section would be internet. This is pretty much just websites. And then the last one, social. So social media such as Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, YouTube, Google+. All of those are different types of media communications. The second question was to compare publicity versus advertising. So in my opinion, advertising actually leads to publicity. As a person in advertising or marketing, I think your goal is to ultimately generate publicity, hopefully good publicity. And so the relationship between the two really is that advertising leads to publicity. You're making ads, whether it's on social media platforms, TV, your website. You're doing these in order to generate publicity. The third question was to examine public relations as it relates to the internet and analyze the digital vehicles PR professionals must utilize. So the digital vehicles PR professionals must utilize boils down to websites, email, blogs, and social networks. Websites, again, just your company's website or your personal website. Email, you can utilize email to send out information about your company, ads on there, weekly or monthly newsletters. You could do links to your blogs, which is the third section of this. You could have a blog that posts every month, and then you could also have an email that gets sent out on the first of the month saying, hey, we posted a new blog, go check it out. And then inside of that blog, you have something that tries to generate publicity, maybe a topic, a popular topic at the time, or something just about your company in general. The last one was social networks. So PR professionals must use social networks. Right now you see Trump is tweeting quite a bit right now. If you go look, he has a PR professional, and they are using Twitter quite a bit right now to try to generate publicity, to post about popular topics, to basically just gain traction and get people looking at him and what he's doing. The last question this week was to describe how public relations professionals use the four primary social media vehicles. So the four primary social media vehicles are Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, and YouTube. The first two I think are pretty similar here. It really just boils down to postings. A PR professional, whether it's for a company or they are outsourced, will use use Facebook and Twitter to make postings, whether they are informative, humorous, or just general postings about what's going on in the news today. So, for example, my company, Vector Tech Group, we use Facebook and Twitter to make postings regarding certain trends in the IT field currently, things we're seeing. So this past year, Windows 7 is going end of life, so you can no longer use Windows 7. You'll still be able to use it, but it's very unsafe, and so we're moving a lot of our customers out of that. One of the big things this year for our social media, so, was to continue to post about that and making people aware of it, whether they are customers or not, making sure that people are aware, hey, Windows 7 is going end of life. We need to get you replaced, get you a new computer, or upgrade you to Windows 10 at the least. The third one, LinkedIn. I think LinkedIn is a little bit more on the professional side. Again, posting, definitely, but also you can do a little bit more of networking on there, reaching out to people, setting up meetings, stuff like that. And so PR professionals can do that for their company to try to generate some buzz or get some interest in their company. The last one, YouTube. I think YouTube is kind of a niche social media. I don't think every company is right for YouTube. I think it was Drew posted this week in his discussion board about a hunting company that does YouTube videos, and it's really, really helped them grow. And I think that's a great example. However, maybe if you looked at a company like Logitech or Tyson. Maybe for them it wouldn't make the most sense. There's not a whole lot that's interesting about them in order to put into a YouTube video. But I still think YouTube is a very viable social media vehicle. It can be used by many, many people.